Good afternoon. We're going to be talking about maintenance 101. Today I want to teach you a little bit about maintaining it. What does that look like? So let's dive right on into the content. I ask you guys to go ahead and share this on your platforms with all of your other social media friends, because sharing is caring. And as many women that are out there, and all the women that I know, they desire to have healthy hair and they struggle achieving it. So go ahead and press that share button so that you can go ahead and share with them what you're learning today. For those of you who are joining me for the very first time, I am Kai Smith. I am a certified trichologist, also known as your hair loss advocate and the healthy hair virtuoso. So I have 25 years in the beauty industry, and I just love sharing my knowledge. I have a passion for helping women restore their hair and cover the unknown about their hair loss. And I also enjoy educating my colleagues about hair loss. So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and jump right on into the content. And my observation is that African American women spend thousands upon thousands of dollars annually in the hair salon and or on at-home hair care. But they still struggle with having a head of healthy hair. Even though they're in the salon, even though they're out buying products, they still struggle with achieving healthy hair. And that's baffling to me. And then when I think about it, maybe it's because they're not being educated about the proper ways to go about maintaining their hair. If you frequent the hair salon, and I'm talking to the people that have a standing appointment at the hair salon, or they frequent or infrequent the hair salon. You go into the salon maybe once a week, every 2 weeks, every 3 weeks, or however you do it, once a month, right? And you're getting very good care to your hair. But you go home and you do your hair, and you can't seem to achieve that same flawless look that your hairstylist achieved, right? And you're putting all this heat on it, you're applying all these products to it, and you're trying your best to achieve this look that you left the salon with. And for whatever reason, it's not happening. Well, the thing is that you're doing your hair more often than the hairstylist is. You're doing your hair at least 20, if you're going to the hair salon on a regular basis, you're doing your hair at least 26 days out of the month. How did I arrive at that figure? Because on average, it's about 30 days in a month. So at least 26 of those days, you're doing your hair. And if you don't know how to care for it properly, and you're doing things that are counterproductive to what your hairstylist is doing in the hair salon, then you'll still end up with unhealthy hair, even if you go get maintenance on a regular basis, because you don't know how to take care of it at home. And so that's where I come in. I want to be able to help you make better choices when taking care of your hair at home, no matter if you have a standing appointment at the salon, no matter if you don't have the time or the budget to get into the salon, you should still know how to care for your hair. That shouldn't be a reason that's keeping you from having healthy hair, right? Would you guys agree? So I want to help save you some time, money, and hair. Let's start off with what maintenance looks like. You should be shampooing your hair at least once a week. Well, Kai, I don't have time to shampoo my hair once a week. But that is the recommendation. Whether you do what's recommended, that's on you. But you should be shampooing your hair once a week. Why? Because your hair naturally secretes oil, better known as sebum, from the sebaceous glands located in the hair follicle. That's that oily stuff that makes your hair feel like it's sticky and shiny, and most times it makes you feel like my hair is just greasy. It's not good anymore. I need to put it in a ponytail because it's too greasy. That's called sebum. That's the natural oils that your hair secretes. The same oil that shows up on your face in your T-zone if you sweat too much. I mean, if you're shining too much, that's the same thing that's on your scalp. And then we sweat. Sweat has salt in it. When we sweat, we excrete salt in that sweat, which can dry our hair out. And then we're putting artificial products on our hair. So all of this mixed together, within a week span, you need to be shampooing your hair at minimum. You need to be shampooing it once a week, in order to have a healthy scalp, which is the soil for healthy hair. Okay? What should you be shampooing your hair with? Shampooing with a moisturizing shampoo or conditioner. Shampooing with the moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. Why? Why should you be shampooing with a moisturizing shampoo and conditioner? Because anything else may be too high in pH as far as the shampoos for you, may be too high in pH and may not close and seal your cuticle the way it needs to in order to keep the moisture retention in the hair. So let me go back. When you shampoo, because I don't want to confuse you, when you shampoo, you're going to shampoo 2 times to cleanse it. The first shampoo that you're going to use is going to be a clarifying shampoo. What is a clarifying shampoo? Clarifying shampoo is a shampoo that goes in to remove any oil, dirt, whatever is on your hair, product. It removes it from the scalp and the hair so that you can start fresh. Well, why do I need to follow up with the moisturizing shampoo, Kai, if I've already shampooed it with the clarifier? Because the clarifying shampoo has a higher pH balance. And it's going to leave the hair feeling kind of funny, feeling kind of unmanageable. So you want to follow up with a moisturizing shampoo because the pH balance of that moisturizing shampoo should be low enough to get the hair back soft and supple where it's manageable. Okay? Once you do that, you've clarified, you've removed all the dirt, all the artificial product off, all the sebum off, all the sweat off your scalp and off your hair, and you go in and you moisturize, you put in a moisturizing shampoo to bring that pH balance back down. Then you go in with your conditioner. But please, ladies, towel blot your hair. Why I need to towel blot my hair, Kai? Because your hair is full of water. One of the primary ingredients in conditioner is water. So if you have too much water in your hair, you're going to dilute the ingredients of the conditioner. And it's not going to be as effective as it would be if you had towel blotted your hair to get the excess water out. So towel blot your hair. Don't put conditioner on your hair when it's wringing wet because you're diluting the conditioner. Too much water in your hair still, okay? Once you condition, I advise you to let that conditioner sit. If you have the money to invest in a tabletop steamer, go to Amazon. Invest in a tabletop steamer. They'll run you about $70, $80. It's going to be your best friend, especially during these winter months. And if you're in a colder part of the United States or wherever you are internationally. Okay? And then even in the summer, it's going to be your best friend because in the summer, that heat, that sun is beating down on your hair and it's oxidizing the hair. And so it fries it. And then especially if you're in the pool in the summer with that chlorine. And so you want to make sure you have that steamer. Get a steamer so that you can replenish the moisture of the hair. You can balance that hair and get some moisture in it. The steam coming from there, that is moist. It is humid precipitation coming out of that steamer. It's the same reason why they put a steamer on our face during the facial. They're trying to open up the pores on our skin so that everything they're using on it can get in. And then they can do the extractions to get all of that sebum, all of that oil, that gook that looks like blackheads and whiteheads. They need to get that out. So it's prepping the skin. It's prepping the skin. And that's the same thing the steamer is doing to the hair. It's prepping it. If you don't have a steamer and you have a hooded dryer, get under that hooded dryer with a plastic cap. The purpose of the plastic cap is that it is creating that steamed environment under the cap. You just now have to create that. The cuticle is swelling so that that conditioner can be penetrated inside of that cuticle to seal it up with some moisture, with some humectant, which is going to help your hair become moisture balanced, okay? Now, I say moisture because dealing with protein as a non-professional can be very dangerous to you and your hair. And it can end up being counterproductive if you do not know how to use it in the right manner. Well, what could happen, Kai? What happens is you can overprotein the hair. You can overprotein the hair, and the purpose for protein the hair is to harden the hair, to get it back strong, to fortify it, to get those links back together, those polypeptide bonds back linked. So we put synthetic proteins in there to bind that hair back together, to bind those polypeptide bonds back together, those amino acids. And we have a habit of using things and we don't know why we're using them. So what I want you guys to start doing is becoming more intentional about your healthy hair and stop using all of these concoctions that you think is going to give you healthy hair. Be more intentional, and you can be more intentional when you consult with a hair care professional that can give you the regimen for your hair condition and hair texture. Because everybody's hair texture is different, and we seem to confuse density with texture. You guys don't know the difference between density and texture, and you run around talking about your hair is thick when that has to do with the texture of the hair. You run around and you just have a lot of follicles, you have a lot of density. Doesn't mean your strands are thick. You could have fine strands and have a whole lot of follicles, which makes it dense, and it appears that you have a lot of hair, but the individual strand is thin, fine. So you have to understand the science of hair, and that's why it's important for you to get into the salon so that you can be educated. Even if you just go in and pay for a consultation for a hairstylist just to tell you what to do at home. Stop taking matters into your own hands, and then you end up having to go into the salon and pay more to correct it than you would if you would have just done the right thing in the first place, okay? So we're going to shampoo at least once a week. When we shampoo, we're going to shampoo with the clarifying shampoo, and then we're going to follow up with the moisturizing shampoo to bring that pH balance back down, and then we're going to put a moisturizing conditioner on it, and we're going to go under the steamer. Now, you don't have to do the steamer and the dryer every week. You can alternate and run the conditioner through one week, get under the steamer the next week, okay? But you want to infuse moisture back into the hair, so that your hair is not dry and it's not brittle and it's not breaking. Then you're going to follow up after you rinse the conditioner off. Hear me now. Rinse the conditioner off thoroughly, because some of you guys walk around saying you have dandruff and you don't. You're not rinsing the product off of your scalp thoroughly, properly. So when you rinse with a cool temperature setting on the water. Cool temperature setting. Why? Because you have just swelled that cuticle with the heat. And before I go further, I forgot to say this. Y'all, quit with this leaving this conditioner on overnight and sitting with it on your scalp overnight. It ain't doing nothing. It ain't doing nothing to y'all hair. It ain't gonna make it better. It's not making the hair healthier. It's not making the hair stronger. What it's doing is it's causing your hair to be limp. So the molecular structure of whatever conditioner you're using is only going to allow but so much conditioner to penetrate into the cuticle. So just because you leave it on for 24 hours and it tell you to leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes, it does not mean that it's going to make your hair better. What it's going to do is make that hair limp, and it ain't going to do nothing. It's just going to be hanging there. And so stop with the over conditioning the hair. That's how you get limp hair. Whatever the instructions say, that is leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes. Leave it on for 10 or 15 minutes. That means the scientists knew how long it was going to take for those molecules to penetrate into the cuticle. And that's the whole purpose of using heat. Now, this is physics. That's the whole point of using heat to swell the cuticle so that you can push it into the cuticle at a faster rate. If you don't have a dryer at home, then let your body heat do the work. Put the cap on and just let your body heat process it for 10 or 15 minutes. That's it. That's all. And then after you do that, rinse it off thoroughly. Rinse the conditioner off thoroughly with cool water, because now you're closing that cuticle down. We all want that hair to shine, right? We want it to shine. We want that cuticle flat. So we want to rinse it with the cool water. So now the cool temperature is going to bring the temperature of the hair down. It's going to close the cuticle. It's going to seal it. So rinse it thoroughly with cool water, okay? And then after you do that, I need you to go in and to towel dry your hair. Towel dry your hair. Get some of that excess water off of your hair so that it's not dripping, and that's going to be based on how porous your hair is. And then once you do that, depending on how you're going to style your hair, if you're a naturalista and you're going to do whatever your regimen is, if you're going to twist out you're gonna braid, or if you're just going to let it be in its natural state after you put all of your juices and berries on it, then that's the way you proceed. So if you're going to go in and you're going to do a thermal style on your hair after you've done all of this to it, you want to make sure that you're using a leave-in conditioner, whether cream or spray, whatever your preference is. If you use cream, I just say go easy on the product because it will weigh your hair down. You only need a little bit, emulsify it in your hand, and then blot it all over your hair so you can get it in your hair. But make sure it has a UV protector in it. UV heat protector in it, because that's what's going to protect your hair from the heat in the sun. So we're looking for UV protectors or some type of heat protector, okay? And then you're going to go ahead. I would put the towel on my head. If you have a dryer at home, wrap your hair in that wet towel and just let it steam to absorb some of that moisture. That will put less heat on it from the blow dryer when you go to blow dry it out. If you don't have that, just kind of let your hair air dry just a little bit, not much, especially if you have a more curlier or coilier texture hair. Do not let your hair air dry too much, because when your hair is broken and when your hair is wet, the salt bonds and the hydrogen bonds are broken. And when you start letting the hair dry, those bonds start reforming again in the hair, and it will leave your hair in that state, and it'll be harder for you to dry it, and you're going to have to put more heat on it. So just let it air dry just for a bit, and then go in and blow dry it. And then whatever thermal styling technique you're going to use with your flat iron, or whatever it is you're going to do with your curling iron, style as desired. Now, don't go back in tomorrow and put that flat iron back in your hair. Don't go back in the next day after that and put that flat iron in your hair. I flat iron my hair when it is clean. I don't iron dirty clothes. I don't iron dirty hair either, because your hair has secreted sebum, which is oil, sweat, and whatever product that you put on it. And the hydrogen and salt bonds are broken with heat or water. And so when you go back in and you continue to put that heat on your hair, you're just continuing to re-break bonds and re-break bonds. And then you wonder why the cuticle is wide open. And then to the feel of it, the texture of your hair is rough. And then you need your ends trimmed more frequently than you should. And so with that, I don't flat iron my hair but once a week when I shampoo. That's it. I wrap my hair. Normally, I'll put some big barrel curls in it to give me some volume so that it can withstand the wrap for a whole week, so that my hair is not flat and oily. You don't want to keep re-flat ironing hair, because you're going to burn it out. And then, quite frankly, when you keep, it's like dirty clothes. Even if they're not dirty, your oils are on them. It ain't going to smell like Snuggles when you re-iron it. It's going to smell like however your body scent smells with that iron on it. That's the same thing that happens to your hair. You can smell it. With that said, just make sure that you are styling your hair where it needs less maintenance, because the more you manipulate it, the more you run the risk of compromising the integrity. So you need to get a style that is easy for you to maintain. Now, I can go to the gym on this hair. All I have to do is wrap my hair. Y'all see how my hair is moving? I don't have no hairspray, no nothing on my hair. It's just straight ceramic silk out. That's it. Straight ceramic silk out. No nothing on my hair but a heat protector. That's it. Because I don't put, less is more, because I don't put all of that stuff on my hair. Everything I do to get shine is at the shampoo bowl with the conditioner. The same nuggets that I'm giving you guys to do at home. Okay? So if you're going to go as a naturalista, then I encourage you to put, once you finish with shampooing, conditioning, and then rinsing the conditioner out, and then you go in and you get ready to put your detangler in, because that's something you need. You need a detangler to help you with your curls, to help you manage your curls as you're combing it out. So you would put a detangler in. You can go do something a little bit heavier, not something too heavy and too concentrated, because you don't want that flake buildup, on your scalp, and you don't want that heavy feeling on your hair. But the key is, if you do what I'm recommending for you to do, you won't have to use as much product, because you would have moisture balance during the shampooing process. Okay, that's the key, that you're moisture balancing, you're filling up the cuticle with the moisture for it to retain it, because you're sealing the cuticle back down, so you won't have to go in with as much product to get the desired look, feel, shine that you need. So if you're a naturalista and that's what you're going to be doing, then you can go in with your detangler, and you may not want to take as much water out of your hair, because with the products that you use on your hair, most of them are activated by the water. So you would just detangle and then go into your style, however you're going to do it. After you've done everything that you've needed to do as far as moisture balance in your hair, now you're cool to go in style. Okay? So basically, what you need to style. Now I got some tools that I'm going to show you. This is a brush that I use in the salon and at home. You see how it separates? It's flexible, so that when I go in and I'm combing, it moves with me. It moves with me. And this is good for people who have really thick, curly hair. You're going to section your hair off. You want to section it into fours, especially so that you can get this part right here in the middle, because it's usually the thickest. If you section it, it's flexible. It moves. Part your hair down the middle, part it in fours, down the middle and on each side. And you're going to comb the hair from ends, and you can work your way all the way up the hair shaft. That's the way you properly comb out hair, from the ends and work your way all the way up the hair shaft. Why? Because any tangles that's in your hair, if you start all the way from the scalp, you're ripping it all the way through the hair shaft, and now you're losing unnecessary hair. We don't want to lose hair that we shouldn't lose. And so that's the way you would properly comb out your hair if you are a naturalista or if you are thermally texturizing your hair. It does not matter. Okay, here is something else that I use. Use a comb like this as well to comb out the hair. I'm still combing from ends to scalp. Now, when I'm wrapping my hair, I wrap my hair with this. You see the balls on the ends? It protects my hair from being snagged. All I'm doing is this. When I'm wrapping my hair, wrapping it around. My hair is trained, so all I have to do is this. Wrap it around. You see how easy that was? Wrap it around, and I'm going to tie it up. Okay? Wrap it around, I'm going to tie it up. When I go to the gym, this is how I look when I go to the gym with the scarf on. I let my hair dry. And then I use a wide tooth comb. And I can comb it down. Simple as that. Now you see how my hair moves? You see how my hair is bouncing back? This is some healthy hair on my head, and I got a whole lot of color in it. I got bleach in it too. But you see how my hair is bouncing back? That didn't take much. I'm good. I'm good. Okay? So, it's simple. But the reason why I wear my hair like this is because I don't want to put a lot of stress on my hair. Cut, color, and care. C. Cut, color, and care. It's a myth that black folk can't wear color. You just have to know how to do it. And the integrity of the hair needs to be right. And sometimes you may not be able, everybody is not a candidate to wear a high lift color. But you have to go to a professional to know what your hair can handle. Okay? And then when I'm actually using the thermal styler, the flat iron, I go through it with a rat tail comb so that I can section and I can part. Now, you also need, here's another comb. Here's another comb that I use. It just depends. When I have short hair, I really use this one. I use this one a lot on short hair. but it gives the same effect. It's just a different kind of comb. And then you're gonna need to have a satin pillowcase, a satin scarf, depending on how you're wearing your hair, if you're a naturalista or whatever, a satin bonnet, okay? Why satin? Why not cotton? Satin, because satin is the closest material to the fibers of our hair. Satin is the closest material to the fibers of our hair. Anything else, or silk, satin or silk, anything else will extract moisture from our hair. So you don't want to have cotton or polyester or whatever other something that you can wrap your hair with. You don't want that. You need satin or silk on the hair, bottom line, okay? And so then we go to a shower cap. My shower cap looks like this, and it has satin on the inside. Because if I don't have satin on the inside of my shower cap, my hair is right up against that plastic and I'm perspiring, or it's too humid in there and my hair is sweating. So I have satin on the inside of my shower cap as well. So I want to educate you guys on that. I appreciate you guys for joining me today, for allowing me to take this platform and interacting with me as I share my passion for healthy hair and trichology with you. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and you guys be good to yourself.